I got a brilliant move in this game, but it wasn't enough. And this game really, really hurts. We're gonna review it and we're gonna laugh at my very sad chess. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Get ready for a fun game. All right. This is a Scandinavian. Okay, we take in the center, and then my opponent allows me to take his queen, and he can't castle. F3, E5, B3. Let me just double check my screen is good on my end. Yes, it is. All right, my opponent plays D3. I play F6, C3, G4, pinning the knight. He slides his bishop back to E2 to block the pin. Then I play long castle check, slides out of the way to E1. And then I play bishop to E5. This was the better move according to Stockfish. Okay, we continue. We trade the bishops. I should not have traded according to Stockfish. So Stockfish says should have brought my knight there. Okay, this is the line, but that's not what happened. All right, we exchange, and then I threaten a fork. He defends with his rook, and now I bring my rook up for a rook lift. So I was going to double up the rooks on the D file. He attacks my bishop, but I don't let him because we just trade off. And then I have no choice but to defend on F7 because his knight is attacking it. Okay, kicks my knight. We trade. Ooh, this is a blunder. This is a big blunder. Stockfish wanted me to play here. The game was still equal here. I was apparently losing from that moment on. So that's a blunder. A game losing blunder, apparently. And then my opponent does not capitalize on it. So I attack the pawn. So now this pawn has two attackers on it. Both my knight and my rook are attacking. My opponent slides to F3. I double up on the rooks, adding pressure to this pawn. He attacks my pawn, and now we finally trade, and now I'm completely winning. This game should just be a one game. I defend the pawn. He goes back, and now it's like, all right, time to go hunting. So over here, I'm overloading his pawns. I know he's not gonna be able to defend both. So I attack the pawn here. He has no choice but to slide back, and now I start an assault. He pushes his pawn. I give check. He gets his king over to F4, and then I attack this pawn. He slides back. So now it's a double attack on this pawn and this pawn. We trade the rooks. And now I'm just able to get in, and then I play check. So this is where the game gets screwy. I now have a pass pawn. I was able to play en passant, like croissant, but en passant. Very important move to remember in chess. So if your opponent has your pawn, his pawn, or you have a pawn on the starting square, and he plays right next to this. If okay, basically, if you have a pawn move and you could like play two moves and the pawn adjacent to it can take, you could take across. I'm sure most of you guys know this. You don't need me to teach you en passant, but remember it because some people forget. Very important. I could have won the game with these moves. So now I'm just totally winning. Totally, totally winning. Cannot stop the pawn. He has to defend with his rook and his king. And now I play check. I give the pawn up. Check, check, check. And now I have to stop this pawn. So here we go. This is where the nightmare starts happening. Okay, I have three passed pawns. And I sacrifice my rook because there's no way for my opponent to stop my pawns from promoting. So what can a rook do? I preach in this channel. You can't stop two pawns from promoting. All right. Here's the critical move. This is where I lose. I was supposed to bring my king up. Okay. This is what I was supposed to do here. The fact that we have to go back to the actual mistake. All right. So I was supposed to play king d7, getting out of the way and shouldering his king. And the fact that I wasn't able to do that allowed him counterplay. But the fact that my king was in the way I couldn't do that because it allowed my opponent to play check. If I lose because of this, and there's no way for me to stop my opponent from taking both my pawns. I needed to shoulder my king out, and it was a move I honestly did not see. And it hurts looking at it because I had a surefire victory. And that small mistake, the small mistake of not bringing my king into the battle, ruined the game. And by the way, I knew I was losing, so I promoted to a knight just for shits and giggles, and then I just checkmated. Oh, so difficult. So difficult looking at low elo chess and being low elo and losing very, very close games. So the learning moment in this game is if this ever happens and the rook is in the way, so I can't play this because he just gives check. It's just over from there on out. I had to shoulder the king. Oh, it was the best move. That was the best way to play. Uh pain. Really hurts. It stings. And that's today's video, guys. I had the right idea, you know? The brilliancy was I didn't have a choice. I had to sacrifice my rook because he was going to promote and take my rook anyway. So, oh, dreadful, dreadful. Okay, that's all for today's video, guys. If you like these videos, there's more to come. I post a video every day. Please like and subscribe. I do all sorts of fun chess content, and I try to be as transparent as possible on this channel. I do not pretend to be the best chess player. I am not. I have a lot of work to do. But it's fun to watch, and it's fun to learn, and it's fun to laugh. All right, guys. Till tomorrow.